Hi and welcome back to the channel. Hope you're enjoying your day. And today we're here to take a look at this box, this big box from Bachmann with the large scale Dash 9 in it. This one happens to be the BNSF 4490. So let's crack this sucker open and get a look at it. We'll open up both ends and push it out. I've had a lot of experience with the Bachmann boxes, and like LGB, everything is very tight. So with the one end open, it's hard to get out. You have to open up both ends, and it tends to slide out a lot easier. The shipping carton that this came in was a nice shipping carton, double-walled cardboard, and I'm sure that will last quite a while, as opposed to the Chinese ones that we got from Aristo Craft that were very, very cheap cardboard and fell apart and crumbled. These should be very nice to keep the equipment in. And of course, with the Bachmann equipment, you get the standard application or mailer for a catalog. You have the owner's manual, black and white, but it appears to have a lot of nice detail in it, including, how to wire in an aftermarket DCC controller, which I will be doing. I'll be putting a Tsunami, large-scale Tsunami 2 board in this, probably sometime next week once it comes. The trick, though, is going to be making sure that all the lights come on, because I have seen a video from another fellow YouTuber where they tried to plug in the QSI Magnum, which I was going to do the same thing. But the Magnum didn't work the lights or the smoke unit, which tells me that the Bachmann still has their pin assignments on the motherboard in this engine, not compatible with Aristo Craft's non-proprietary board. So that's unfortunate. I wish they would have kept Aristo Craft's unit and put that in here as well. That way the Magnum boards that I'm sure a lot of us have would have been able to be used in engines like this. Unfortunately, QSI is out of business right now for large scale, so the only opportunities you have are TCS Wow Sound. You can go Rail Pro. You can go with the Tsunami for DCC. There's not a lot of large scale, and ESU, I guess, has a plug and play as well. Not sure how that would work. If there's anybody else out there that has an ESU decoder that they're going to put in this engine, I'd love to see that video. But I'm going to go ahead and put a Tsunami soundboard in this because I'm familiar with doing those hookups in my other diesels and steamers. You also get a parts list, and there's a warranty card, warranty application. But here's a parts list, very well detailed. And for any of us that have older Aristo Craft units that are sitting idle because they need parts, I know the motor blocks will be in soon. RLD has them on sale on their website. I've ordered a couple just to have for extra. And the other thing that I'll probably end up ordering from Bachmann at some point will be the additional awnings over the cab windows. Those tend to break very easily. So I'll add some of those to an order at some point in the future, just to make sure that you have them too. So let's take a look at the engine. You open the box, wrapped in plastic, sitting on its wheel sets. So this is not like the Aristo Craft units that were set on its side, inside their box. And if you're like me and you had everything, including the awnings, still loaded, or still, I should say, attached to the locomotive, and you put it back in that box, you snapped them off. So that's why I've had to go in and replace them several times. And I have used the USA Trains awnings that they sell for their Gauge 1 diesels. They will work, but you have to do a little surgery on your engine, which means take a Dremel tool and cut a slot between the two holes that are currently in the engine for the to accept the current awning, and then just cut a slot, and then those USA awnings will fit right in, and they are actually a more robust version. They work quite well, and the colors that they have are pretty close to the colors of Aristo Craft's engines as well. So it's not that big a deal. You know, from 10 feet away you can't tell. So with a lot of styrofoam in here that's packed up pretty well, take the pieces out. There are some styrofoam pieces with the railings that are currently installed, so that's a nice addition. Less work for the owner. You get some smoke fluid. There are the awnings. You got the awnings in here. You've got some side window deflectors and the antenna arrays that you'll hook up to the engine when you're ready to detail it. So we pull the engine out. Comes out very easily. Set it down here and put it on the track. Not bad looking. It does have the section on the top here that you can remove to access the smoke unit, which is an Aristo Craft unit. And then there's all the switches that are inside here. One additional switch that Bachmann added, which is their polarity switch, what they call the NMRA and large scale polarity switch. So let's take a deeper dive on some of the close-ups, and we'll run this on DC power so you can see how it runs too. So here's a close-up of the engine, and you can see all the finely detailed parts on the engine. You know, metal etched grills here where the exhaust would be, and obviously there's a speaker inside here. You've got metal etched doors along the side. Very nice. Very nice. The BNSF looks very sharp in the swoosh design. You got some side placards here that are very nice. I don't recall those being on my original. You've got some nameplate designs here for GE on the front end. Trucks look nice, nicely detailed. There's the gas tank and all the accoutrements on the gas tank. And again, here's the main brains for the engine. So this does have very similar setup to the Aristo Craft unit. It's got an Aristo Craft smoke unit. It has a hole here that if you wanted to mount a switch for an on-off switch for something like a sound system or your DCC or even a volume switch for that, you can do that here. You have this is a Bachmann edition, the NMRA large scale switch, so if you're running it on DC power and you're running with other engines on the same layout and you want them to run the same direction, you can use this to flip the polarity and run with your other equipment. You have the battery and track switch that came with the original Aristo Craft unit, your motor on off, your smoke on off, and your lights. And you will, when you open up the unit, open up the box, you will have these parts in there as well. These are the awnings that'll go above the windows. You'll have some shade windows here. Then you'll have the antenna array that you'll put on top of the engine where these slots are here. You also have the adapter board that comes with all of the newer Spectrum locomotives from Bachmann. This will plug into the board that's in here, and I'm not going to take it out at this particular point, but I will later. This would plug into that, and then you would simply hardwire this to your DCC board of choice. This will plug into the motherboard inside here, and then I'll just hardwire that to the Tsunami board. And we'll see a video on that hopefully in the next week or so. But again, if you look at the details on the unit, very nice. Again, the windows with the windshield wipers, very nice. Look at that. Look at that detail. Your sand filler caps, 2 of them. The door does not open on the cab. You've got your ditch lights. You've got your snow plow, your coupler, MU cables, and actually here's an MU connector that for those that are familiar with Aristo Craft product, you can use this to hook your engines together or to run a battery car with this so that you can then run that on battery instead of track power. And the back side of the locomotive, you know, very nice here with the handrail. Okay, so I've set this up on roller blocks, my G-scale rollers, so you can see it in operation. Motors sound very nice. Running this on just DC power. Lights, LED lights, very nice. There's a cab light in the engine here. Something that we didn't have on the Aristo Craft version. Number boards look nice. Headlight, ditch lights, porch lights. Again, your snow plow, very nicely detailed. The Aristo Craft couplers. And again, another look at the back of the engine. Overall, I'm very pleased with the detail. Bachmann's work was very well done here. Well worth the wait. I think the GP40s are next to come out, maybe in a year from now. Let's hope they get some steamers coming. That would be nice too. Thanks for watching the video. Please subscribe and like and comment if you wish below. And we'll see you on the next video. Have a great day.